The College Football Experience Week 10 reaction show the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCE SGPN. So do that and let it ride.
This is Coach June Jones, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Football Experience Week 10 reaction show. Oh boy. We had blowouts. We had upsets. We had awful refereeing, which is starting to become a staple of the sport. We also had just a wild week in the FCS. Here to talk about it all. YouTube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, well, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
Well, in the FBS, I went 18-19 on my locks. 18-19. But I still made money because of two money lines. Wasn't the greatest of weekends, though. Had a great day in the FCS, too, though. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience. And wow, we are home over there because tonight, 9:30 Eastern, we will be talking every single game of the college basketball slate tomorrow and every single game of the college basketball slate from here on out. This is where you make sure you get that correct blue cane in your veins. All right. Because good luck the next 8 weeks. My wife's just like, good God, stop. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governor of South Carolina with the Gamecocks and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yes, the season is here on the other side, and let the sleepless nights begin. Cheers, everybody.
Oh boy.
Oh, and by the way, shout out to our merch store. I appreciate the shirt. It came in the other day. So
there we go. Saudi Arabia State shirts available. And what the fuck was that yesterday too? Dude, this is gonna be a lot of fun. There's so much shit to talk about here. I'm just gonna go chronologically on the slides we had made Wednesday night. So if you're wondering why we're not going, big time game first, it's because we're just following the slides because we want to talk about every team deserves to be talked about. This isn't one of these bullshit shows. Alabama, Ohio State. No. We're going to talk about the sport, and I mean the fucking sport. Out the gate Thursday night, and don't forget on Tuesday, we already kind of reacted to those games from Tuesday and Wednesday. James Madison, I'd say, had the biggest win. Kennesaw State too, though. I guess Jacksonville State too, because that's the right now the CUSA Championship is Jacksonville State versus Kennesaw if the season were to end today. But JMU also with a huge win there at Texas State. And Thursday, we had Marshall, Coastal Carolina. It was dicey early. Someone was hopping in my chat on the DFS show. A couple people just completely talking shit about my Coastal play. But there's a reason why the game is 60 minutes, folks. Tim Beck is gonna make it through all the rain, right?
Hilarious.
Coastal 44-27. They outscore Marshall 27-7 in the second half. Those are called adjustments. We both took Coastal Carolina. Mac, not only is Coastal Carolina on the verge of a bowl game, but they can win the Sun Belt.
Hilarious.
Let me just. So Sun Belt is the only conference that still has divisions. They are hosting JMU soon. I forget if it's. I think it's like in 2 weeks, right? Or maybe the season finale. No, I think it's 2 weeks.
Pulling up their schedule right now.
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks. Well, JMU is currently in first place, 5-0 in the Sun Belt East. Coastal Carolina is 4. Yeah, I mean, dude, this. Imagine if Chesney takes like the job. Like this could backstab JMU really bad here. Imagine if Chesney takes like the Penn State or Virginia Tech job or something, and Coastal's hosting JMU, knowing your coach is leaving.
Hilarious.
They're in a nice spot. I mean, Coastal, like I said, 5-3, 4-1 in conference. The remaining schedule: home to Georgia State, at Georgia Southern, at South Carolina. That game's irrelevant for the Sun Belt race, and then home to JMU. They're alive and well, man.
Can they win that Georgia Southern road game? That's what it's going to come down to.
That's the one, right?
Can you imagine if JMU controls their destiny to make the playoff and they drop that game at Coastal? And not only do they not make the playoff, they don't even make their conference championship.
That is fucking hilarious potentially. And then Chesney bounces and you just get total chaos in Harrisonburg. We both were on Coastal. I still think Gibby's doing a good job with Marshall, and they could still make a bowl. You look at Marshall; they're hosting JMU this week, then they're at Georgia State, at App State, and home to Georgia Southern. They just take care of business against Georgia State and Georgia Southern. They'll be bowling in that Chimichanga Bowl. And then one of our best plays of the week, right here on the money line. This was a triple lock on the money line. UTSA money line. Get this Tulane bullshit out of here. They've been living on the edge against ECU and Army there in New Orleans. Now they got to hit the road, and they got beat the fuck down. All right? Beat the fuck down. 530 yards of offense, I think it was, from UTSA. Your thoughts on this one, buddy, as a huge game for the Roadrunners. And I think this is when I also mentioned that if you are a fan of the American Conference, if you are a fan of certain teams within the American Conference, there is a 7-way tie for first place right now. I repeat, there is a 7-way tie for first place. Or is it 6? I read. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I read Stuart Mandel's tweet said 7. I'm seeing 6 when I look at it. So 6-way tie. 6-way tie for first place. Hilarious.
You realize Jeff Traylor has not lost a home conference game with the Roadrunners? Like they are dominant in that building. And Tulane talked a lot of shit going into the week. Yeah, like I don't know if you caught like the post game comments. Traylor and UTSA had this one circle because Summerall was chirping about how they pump crowd noise in there, and they were ready to go. That was a big.
Well, I mean, it should be illegal to play at a dome after that Friday night game. In my opinion, it should be very much illegal. Even though UTSA, we cashed on this one. Yeah. Shout out to Alex in the chat. Friday night was not so kind to me. Because the Rice Owls, they're a hard team to understand. Certain weeks, they look like, man, this could be a dangerous team. This one out the gate. We almost backdoored this, though. I mean, this was a beatdown. Memphis could have done way worse, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, this Rice is still ahead of schedule. They're not consistent. They get UAB this week, and then they got to pull an upset either against North Texas or South Florida to make a bowl. But they've already hit their win total over. So, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, credit to Memphis. This was supposed to be a letdown spot, and they hit him right in the mouth and took care of business. So now Memphis 8-1, and they control their destiny because they have the tiebreaker over USF, and just looking ahead at what they got. So they got Tulane, the big one, Friday night. Then they're at ECU.
Yeah, dude, ECU has Memphis's number over the past, honestly, do a deep dive on that. ECU fucks with Memphis.
It absolutely, and it's going to be fun because all these teams in the American play each other down the stretch.
Yeah, and you got to think the winner. Well, there's one team that there's two teams that could potentially. Yeah, ECU has won 2, 4, 6, 8 of the last 10 matchups against Memphis. 8 out of the last. Of course, Scotty Montgomery was the only one that.
And they get him in Greenville.
That's what I'm saying. So. ECU just has a knack for fucking with Memphis.
To be honest, we'll get to ECU. ECU has the best schedule out of all the.
I know, Betty. That yesterday was huge. Shout out to Memphis for putting it on Rice and keeping their playoff chances alive. Next up, we had this game, which my god, Penn kneeled it at the 1 yard line. They kneeled it at the 1 yard line.
Hilarious.
All we needed was, it was like the Georgia game yesterday. Actually, this was worse because Penn was in control the entire game, but we lost this one as well. We did hit this one though. It's Chapel Bill. Hey man, this team is if they didn't fumble the ball, if they could handle 1 yard scenarios like against Cal and Virginia, they would be in first place in the ACC. Cal and Virginia, those are the two. So Chapel Bill gets his first Power 5 win. I'm looking at the remaining schedule.
They got to win 3 out of 4 to get to a bowl game. They should win next week.
Though.
Yeah. I mean, they can get to 4 and 5. I'll tell you what. Like Belichick's teams, like if you follow Belichick in New England, they always got better throughout the year. They're getting better. Like they've covered 3 in a row. You mentioned it. They should have beat Virginia on the money line.
Should beat Cal probably too. Like they had their chances in both.
Yeah,
and that would put them at 5 and 3. I mean, then with Stanford next. So it's a shame they didn't get those ones. They're gonna have to beat those Carolina schools after Stanford, but they could. Sure.
Whatever him and Jordan did in Nantucket, it got him right out of the bye week. He got to that Halloween party.
He ate her ass. That's what it was. I mean, they say that's good luck for 7
a little mud on the turtle never hurt
anybody. Next up, we had this one. This is the game I'm talking about. The dome should be illegal. Did you catch the power going out on the 2-point conversion?
Yes, I saw the clip. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
This is why you should never play football in a dome. Yeah. Right? Never, ever, ever play football. I was very confident on this game. I lost a lot of money on this game. Of course, they were asleep the whole first half. Then they wake up and then they get it all the way to overtime and they lose. Shout out to the Vandals for dude. The FCS was fucking crazy yesterday. And I think like 80% of the ranked teams in the FCS lost yesterday.
South Dakota State.
Oh my God. 31-point dogs lost outright. South Dakota State. You had, how about Tarleton lost to Abilene? We were on that one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is another one here where a ranked Northern Arizona team gets upset by an Idaho team that had been struggling. So yeah, it was a tough Friday night, man. 1-3 on the bets there on Friday. Saturday, and I'm including my record for that I said before of 18-19 was with the whole week. Saturday's action. Buffalo was at Bowling Green. Thank God I didn't bet this. I was close to pulling the trigger on this. Wow. The Bulls woke up 28-3 at the Doit. And the Buffalo Bulls are back in the picture in the MAC, buddy. Right now.
Right there.
Right now, it would be Miami, Ohio, Buffalo in the MAC championship. Well, I don't know, but the Buffalo's tied with Western and Ohio. But man, yeah, I mean, I know we kind of said they were disappointing this year, but here they are. Pete Lembo's got this team at 5-4. They're definitely going to make a bowl, I would say, right? I mean, what is the remaining schedule?
All they need is one game.
Central, they have a hard schedule though. At Central Michigan, home to Miami, Ohio, home to Ohio. You win out, you're going to be in the championship.
Yeah. You lose out, you don't make a bowl. Welcome to the Wacky Mac.
High stakes in the Wacky Mac. Bowling Green falls to 3-6. Their remaining schedule at EMU, the Factory, home to Akron, and at UMass. They could still make a bowl. They could still make a bowl. So, but I hope they don't, because I took the under on Bowling Green. But blowout city there. This game, Penn State, Ohio State. We had the first half money line. It was close. Yeah. 17-14. We were in this. I can't believe our 20.5 didn't hit.
This was the right side. This is a ridiculous non-cover by Penn State.
Well, let's talk about the targeting shit.
Yes, the refs gave Ohio State that fucking bullshit cover.
And Caleb Downs, one of the best players in the sport.
Oh, right? He's a beast.
If you didn't see the targeting play, I encourage you to Google this is why, or search Twitter, whatever the fuck. Targeting is fake. All of it is fake. It makes me put my tinfoil hat on and think everything's rigged, because we finally saw a targeting in similar vein to that Pitt BC game a year ago. Right? I'm anti-targeting. I don't think that the sport should have targeting unless it's like the BC Pitt game where it's so out of the way. I think targeting really should be called 5 times a year for the whole sport, like 5 to 10 times for the entire sport. D1, D2, D3, D4, like NAIA, whatever. I just don't think these calls. And then like they finally get one where like even myself watching, I go, yeah, he's going for the fucking neck. You know, like. I don't think he had malicious intent to hurt the person, but I thought based on their rule, we finally have one that is clear targeting. In my opinion, this was the first targeting I've seen this year where I actually thought, okay, this is probably targeting. And of course, they deemed this one not targeting. So all the other bullshit ones that had nothing even to do with targeting, it's just.
I hate this shit.
I'm curious what you thought of the play. Did you think that was targeting based on their rule?
No, I still didn't think it was targeting, but I mean, it was a pretty good hit. But yeah, I just, it's football, man. I don't think anybody's out there going, I'm
with you. Like we shouldn't have targeting, but based on their rule, I think this would apply. This is exactly the definition of their rule, right? Am I crazy?
Yes, technically, yes. But of course they don't call that one.
The other ones are all nonsense.
Yeah.
And then they finally get one that actually like follows the letter of their rule. And they say that that's not targeting. This is why we got to get this thing out of the sport. No one has any idea what the fuck it is. I saw many refs on Twitter combating what the ruling was, saying no. Well, then who the fuck is right here? No one knows. The refs don't know. They don't know what is targeting. They don't even know what the fuck targeting is. They even review it. So that means the review booth doesn't know what is targeting.
They have no idea.
No one has any idea, and we're gonna have this. This was making me think it's rigged, because to take a player out, how many times do we see a key player out? Either one that stands out in my mind was last year, Iowa State safety in a critical game, who was like one of their better players.
Oh, that was a ridiculous.
Yeah, gets kicked out of the game, and then they're able to exploit that the rest of the game, and they didn't have the depth. Like, I just feel like, what is the point of the fucking rule then? What is the point of the rule? I know we react every week to this, but I just thought, how do you miss that? How do you miss that? Horrible. It makes me a conspiracy theorist. That's what, like, it makes me think I'm crazy. I'm like, they put this in there to manipulate games, to take out the best players of games, or of players that maybe the public's on, maybe it's not. It makes me think like that, which makes me sound like a fucking lunatic. Like I'm going to go, you know what I mean? But you can't tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me otherwise after watching yesterday's shit. Yeah,
it's just a painful rule altogether. Nobody knows what's what.
Yeah, it's just, that's what I'm saying though, is that it makes me think, like they're saying in the chat, is whatever the dude in charge reviews decides. So yeah, but it's all nonsense. It's like The letter of the law, if you follow the rule, applies rarely to the call. Then when you have it apply exactly like the letter, when the play hits exactly like the letter of the law, they give it a pass. It's fucking insane. All right, folks, what to tell you, the college football experience is brought to you by, well, us. We are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and what a time to be. This is the best time of year. Sports are thriving. Watch the CFL playoffs yesterday, too. NFL is going on today. World Series just came to an end. Horse racing, car racing, MLB, NBA, college basketball, FCS, D2, D3, NAI, sports just kicking ass right now. All right. And we got you podcasts for all those things. All right. Subscribe to the SGPN feed to catch every episode wherever you get your podcast. So yeah, just wherever you get your podcast, just type in SGPN and you will get all of our stuff. That's every episode comes out on that feed. So maybe you're not even into NASCAR or Formula One or whatever, but you say, man, I'm sitting here, I'm bored. What do I got? Let's throw some money on something, right? Tennis, right? Boom, we got you. So do that and let it ride. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football, and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code TCESGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by NoVig. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And with NoVig, you are getting the best prices because it's an exchange. You know that. NoVig's available in 35 plus different states. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use the promo code, our promo code, SGPN. Get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. All right. Yeah. So Ohio State. It's funny. I was doing Sports Grid yesterday, and they hot potatoed me something that I just want to check up on right now. They asked me, are
the Buckeyes the best team?
Well, they asked me, are we seeing a 85 Bears version of college football with Ohio State? And they didn't prep me for this question. So they kind of just threw it to me on this. And I was like, I don't know. I was like that it's deceiving because I was like, I don't think they've played a top 50 offense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I am checking. The one might have been Washington. I think Washington might be one that is in the top 50. But I was they haven't updated this week, have they? I'm curious let me see what Washington's are
Yeah, I mean Ohio State's really good. They're really talented.
Washington would be the one right now, according to this. Washington, still not a top 25 offense, but
yeah,
that every other team that they have faced though does not have a top 50 offense. So in one way, Ohio State looks awesome.
Yeah,
I mean you can't take it. It's not their fault that no one else has a good offense on their fucking schedule. Like that you would assume most years Texas would have an elite offense. They don't. Texas right now, I'm curious with yesterday's game though. They're still 71st in offense. So it's almost remarkable though that you can go the entire season in a major conference without playing a very good offense.
Yeah.
Like how's that fucking, it's because the conferences are too big, right? That's gotta be what it is. Cause I'm looking right now.
I'm interested to see when they get in a dogfight, how they respond. Cause they haven't been in a close game since week 1, really.
Yeah. No, I mean, they look great. That's the thing is I don't want to sound like a hater. I know my guy Josh Keeley saw us talking shit. It's like, I don't even mean to direct shit talk to Ohio State.
You can't have a reasonable conversation with Ohio State fans. If you don't say that they're God's gift, they're gonna fucking get on you. So I gave up trying to have reasonable conversation with any of these fan bases a long time ago. But two things can be true. Ohio State is really fucking good, They also have played absolutely nobody. Their schedule sucks.
So Texas is 71st. Washington's is not top 25. It's 29th, right? So that one is at least a top 30, right?
Yeah.
What is I just want to see right now. Minnesota's offense is 123rd. How the fuck are they bowl eligible? Unbelievable. Illinois currently on offense, which I think yesterday they might have 69th in offense, right? Let's see if we can continue on this. Wisconsin, they got to be like bottom 5, right? Wisconsin is
They're awful. That's like the worst.
The second worst offense in America, 135th, right? Penn. What do you think Penn State's is?
It's got to be horrible because they don't score.
Penn State's offense is
75th,
107th.
Oh.
Dude, my point is, but check this out. They play Purdue this week. Guess what Purdue's offense is?
100th.
It's actually 75th, which is surprising, right?
Michigan's offense sucks.
What's on to say? Oh, let's see. Let's see about UCLA's. They get UCLA after that, right? UCLA's offense right now, 103rd.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Right. Rutgers. Actually, I think Rutgers might be one of the better offenses they face. Right.
I never thought we'd say those words.
Rutgers currently at 47th. But that's right now. By the time they play them, they could easily be above 50. So, and then the final game of the season is Michigan. Michigan currently offensively 53rd. So, yeah, it's just a hilarious thing. It's like, so they hot potato me that, and I was like, yeah, well, they are awesome. I don't want to take anything away from them. They are dominating these football games, but I am curious if they played like, like Ole Miss or something, or some team with Oklahoma was another one that I thought was in similar vein, where it's like, if you look at their numbers, it's like, who the fuck have they played that's good on offense? So, yeah, I mean, credit to Ohio State. They might win another national championship. We know they got guys on that roster, but I just find it hilarious that you could go all the way to November with playing zero top 25 offenses. Zero.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Anyway, next up we have this game, probably one of the better games of the day.
Army.
The safety play, the under, by the way, I locked up the under here. Easy play. I knew they couldn't exploit, Army couldn't exploit the major weakness in Air Force, but yet they did to win the game. The major weakness of Air Force is their safeties and defensive backs are at a record level of bad, for at least in my lifetime watching Air Force football. And they exploited on the biggest play of the game. I can't believe, Ross Tucker was on the call and he's like, unbelievable, they fooled me. I was like, they didn't fool me. To me, the one area with the game on the line, when Army had the ball at the 45 or whatever, their own 45, I'm like, dude, they got to exploit their safeties. Go play action. These safeties have been their weakness all year for Air Force. And they did. This is a great game though. And shout out to the Black Knights, who are knocking on a bowl game here. Air Force did outgain them by a pretty big amount, but Air Force missed a field goal in a game like that. That was a chip shot they missed too.
Yeah.
You can't, it's going to be like a field goal game. So you can't afford turnovers or stupid mistakes like that. Your thoughts on this one is your Black Knights. They're 4-4. Home game against Temple, home game against Tulsa, at UTSA, and then at Navy. It's going to be tough to get to a bowl. Are they going to get to a bowl?
Yeah. Monken's a beast. Absolute guts there on that fourth down call. And I just think when we saw them, they were trying to figure out their identity at the quarterback position. Ever since they've committed to go into Cale Helms, the young kid, he's getting better and better every week. So I think they're going to beat Navy. I actually do. I think that they're going to catch Navy at a good spot there at the end of the year in a revenge angle. I think they're going to win the Commander-in-Chief, and they've won 3 out of 4 since we saw them get beat down at ECU that night.
They have, man. Shout out to the Black Knights.
He's such a good coach, Monken. He gets the most.
I love Calhoun too. Like
Yeah.
Calhoun's sitting there. They're 2-6, but I feel like they were much better. Look. They were in the Boise game. They were in the Hawaii game. The Navy game. They lose by 3. The UNLV game. They've lost so many games by 3 points. But their secondary is really bad. Their secondary is just really fucking bad. Shout out to Nurse Jockey in the chat, giving us $5. Is there anything more beautiful than? Oh yeah, he said. Yeah, you said great tweet yesterday. And watching Army run that play clock down to 0 every damn play. It's fucking perfect. It's football 101. Let's go. It is. It is. This was a smash play by us, triple lock, and we cashed Baylor -3.5 as they destroy UCF 30-3. Baylor 5-4, UCF, moves to 500. I mean, this was one of the easier plays on the board, I think. But Baylor, Aranda, what does he got to do to 6-6? He still may get fired. I think he's got to go 7-5, right?
Yeah, I think 7-5 too. They expect to win at Baylor, and they're spending. But yeah, that was a nice win. That was a beatdown. The old Shiny Knights were feeling themselves coming into this game. They were not ready.
It's gonna be hard though. They're home to Utah, at Arizona, and home to Houston.
The fucking Big 12. Big 12 is so wacky. It's just crazy.
Like at 6-6, you might want to keep them. I don't know. I mean, UCF, for UCF to get to a bowl now, they're 4-4. Remaining schedule: home to Houston, at Texas Tech, home to Oklahoma State, at BYU. So they need one upset. Beside, and then take care of business against Oklahoma State. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Moving along, we go to the game. And look, I made fun of you on the show for saying West Virginia money line. And I'll say this: if you go back, our West Virginia preview, or just in general, a lot of the times we talked about Big 12 teams, I said, Rich Rod will always get his offense clicking in November. I actually thought it would be a little later because as the season went along, he went through quarterbacks left and right.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought maybe this would be mid-November, but I've seen him do it at Arizona. I've seen him do it at Michigan. I've seen him do it at Dub V the first time, and obviously Jacksonville State. I've seen him do it at Tulane and Clemson and ULM. He got it going. They're a dangerous team now. The defense, maybe still not great, but I'm saying the offense, I think, will be from here on out something to watch. He had over 400 yards of offense yesterday against a team that is a pretty good defensive team. So the floor is yours, buddy. Great money line call. I will play the music. I thought you were crazy for this one. Yeah, unbelievable. 40. I didn't. And another thing is, you told me they're going to score 45 points. I thought, okay, maybe they could cover.
Yeah.
Not right, but then to score 45 at Houston, which, by the way, what is going on the fan base front there?
Oh my God, what a joke that was.
So, and shout out, I follow some. I've been a guest on the Houston Cougars podcast. I forget the name of it right now. Forgive me. They had tweeted out a bunch of stuff of them playing Lamar or other schools just 5-7 years ago, something like that. They had a packed crowd back when Tom Herman had it going. Why would they not be here for this one when they're ranked a shot at to go into the Big 12 championship? I don't know, but that shit was empty, man. That was an empty stadium.
Yeah, they must have had a hell of a Halloween party the night before because nobody was at that thing.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's the game's at fucking 11. How are you not there for your team? You're 7-1, but
you know what? Some of it might have to do is I still wonder how much animosity do you really have for West Virginia?
True.
This is one of those. This is like Maryland playing UCLA to a certain extent.
Yeah. But I mean for. On the other side, if the Mountaineers were 7-1 and we controlled our destiny to go to the fucking the playoff, I mean, shit, we're packing that thing in and we're 2-6. But yeah, I mean, this was this was a fun way to start the day. I was in a good mood the rest of the day. If you follow me on Twitter, I was buying drinks, and every young girl,
I feel sorry for every girl that stopped by the bar, and I guarantee you, she heard way too much talk about Scotty Fox, the quarterback of West Virginia.
Hey, you see that Scotty Fox today? We got a quarterback now.
You said, "Hey, sweetheart, want to do a Jaeger bomb with me? This is for Scotty Fox. I know I'm a Fox, but this is for Scotty Fox. All right."
I said, Rich Rod's got his quarterback now, baby. This thing's about to hum.
I fucked that up. I know you're a Fox, right? That's what I meant. You're a Fox, and but we got ourselves a Scotty Fox. All right?
Oh yeah, this one's for Scotty, and this is my drinks for Rich Rod, baby. So, dude, we got a quarterback. He's gonna be good. He's a freshman, and finally, Rich Rod has had a quarterback, an offensive line, and his skill guys to play 2-3 games in a row without injuries. So. The guy didn't forget how to coach ball. That was impressive yesterday because they kicked their ass right from the start.
Yeah. I mean, they got up like 14-0 like before I had my coffee. Simon, and anyone know if there's a college basketball episode today? I mean, buddy, Simon. I love you, brother, but I mean, have we ever missed a show for you? No. I never missed a show. And so 8 years of doing this shit. Shout out to Must Vibe. He did say, look, because it's a timing based offense, man. And Rich Rod's offense, when it gets rolling,
it rolls.
Watch out. Just watch the fuck out, because it is very, very hard to defend. Very, very hard to defend. It's, I next year they will be a player for sure, providing everyone's healthy and,
They're Houston. They're Houston of last year. It took Fritz the first half of the year, and then they started picking teams off in November, and they've rode that momentum into year 2. The Mountaineers will be a Big 12 contender next year. And this year's been a win, beat Pitt, and found our quarterback.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And beat a ranked Houston team. There you go. Yeah. Shout out to that. And by the way, if you're a Houston fan where you didn't show up yesterday, but you still have, you're still very much alive. All right.
Yeah.
Still very, very much alive.
To show up to the damn games.
Because BYU and Texas Tech play each other this week. Also, we'll talk the rest of it in a minute, but you're very much still alive. And you have the number 1 recruit in the nation coming in.
Yeah.
Providing he doesn't flip. Hopefully he didn't see the game yesterday. Hopefully he was at Halloween.
He might be scared of it. Because I don't want to play against that Scotty Fox.
Scotty Fox. He needs to be the number 1 player going into next year. All right, next
great
up,
name, Scotty Fox.
It is a great name. We triple lock this, and we smashed this one as UConn wins 38-19 against UAB. UConn moves to 6-3. UConn is 6-3. Remember in our preseason, I said they could potentially go undefeated. I just want to key in on this. That all 3 of their losses are in overtime on the road. So they're super close to being 9-0 right now. Super fucking close to being 9-0. Anything you want to say about this one besides UAB being trash?
No. Yeah, UAB, thank you for the Memphis money line a couple weeks ago. You did your job.
Yes. Next up. Oh boy.
Unbelievable. Clemson's gonna miss a bowl, man.
Oh boy. Duke, and this is one where I do agree for going for 2. Yeah. I remember I was giving Belichick shit for the going for 2 last week when you're at home and you've dominated the game. You don't go for 2 then. You go for 2 when you're in a very dangerous environment and you haven't beaten that team at their home since 1980, right? That's when you go for 2. You say, we have a shot, guys, to be a legendary team. And by the way, Tom Allen, I believe you're a good football coach, but good Lord. And Duke's defense too.
Yeah.
Coming into the year, like I said, I remember talking to an NFL scout. It was like, man, they got this guy, they got this guy, they got this guy. Clemson had 560 yards of offense yesterday.
Yep.
Duke's a strange team, but they are very much alive. As NC Nick told me in the Georgia Tech game. So when we went right before that game was going to kick, NC Nick's a Duke fan, and he's like, as long as we get one of these 2 between Georgia Tech and Clemson. Well, they did. They got the harder of the two in a way by going to their, as an away game, but they do 46-45, 5-3, man. And right now they are sitting there basically tied. They don't have the tiebreaker against Georgia Tech, but they have the same record as the team in second place in the ACC. So their remaining schedule, they're at UConn this week, which is irrelevant towards making the ACC championship. Then they host Virginia. That game's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
Then they're at North Carolina and home to Wake. Dude, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of tiebreakers. I don't know how the fuck they're going to figure this shit out, but I kind of favor them to win. Like in all three of those matchups, I would favor them.
How's this ACC tiebreaker going to work?
No idea.
The ACC and Big 12 are shit shows.
This is because we'll go through the other teams as well. But to your point with Clemson is 3-5. The remaining schedule: home to Saudi Arabia State next week, at Louisville, home to Furman, at South Carolina.
They're gonna have to win all those home games.
Well, if they win the home games, they're still They have 5 wins then.
Oh shit! No, I forgot. Yeah. They're in Columbia this year. They're not at Clemson. Yeah. Oh, shit. So they're gonna have to win one. They're gonna have to win one of those road games.
Shout out to Duke, first win at Clemson since 1980. 1980. That's
unbelievable.
Next
Gabo was talking about going fucking 16-0 with this team. They're 3-5.
Dude, and like they gave up like 500 yards of offense. Like that's the thing that stands out to me is like Tom Allen is, I think, a very good defensive coach. He has been throughout his career. I don't know. You start to pay players. I don't know. I can't put my finger on exact because yesterday the offense was not the problem. Well, I will say this. They were 3 of 10 on third down, but they still had 560 yards of offense. But the defense was definitely a big issue for Clemson yesterday.
Can you believe that Clemson and Penn State are both potentially going to miss bowl games? Like, this is crazy. They were both like the preseason national championship by like the national.
Well, how about this? Clemson, Florida State, which remember they were the ones that were outspoken.
Yeah.
Their game, because not only are they getting a share of the winnings, the teams that win, it's going to trickle down. The more you win, the more money you make within the conference.
Mm-hmm. Also,
the TV ratings. Well, Clemson, Florida State is on ACC Network next week. I don't know if you saw that. Like, this is actually fucking hilarious. Wow, unbelievable. I want to shout out Duke going for the 2-point conversion. Study that tape. If you see it, I think I shared the tweet. They confused the fuck out of them. That was a great 2-point conversion play. So much motion. And then to just watch that play. That's a great fucking 2-point conversion. The great job. Great coaching on offense there with the 2-point conversion. We triple lock this one. Or wait, you weren't on this.
I stayed off it.
Me and CJ.
Yeah. I didn't bet it. I had no conviction on this.
Well, we did. 35-13, the Illini stick it to Rutgers.
Is Illinois good?
Well, if they win out, which I think they will, they're going to have an argument for the playoffs. Dude, look at this. They're home to Maryland, at Wisconsin, and they get Northwestern in Wrigley. Oh, no, wait a second. That's in Champaign. So it's a home game against Northwestern. So you know what's going to help them is that win over Duke. They need Duke to keep winning.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if USC's in that clump of 3 lost teams, like Illinois should have the tiebreaker over them.
Yeah.
They beat them.
Yeah.
That's 93 teams are we going to get?
You wonder. Then we have, and by the way, hold on. I take pride in us being able to talk about every team. Rutgers moves to 4-5. Remaining schedule. Home to Maryland, at Ohio State, home to Penn State. Dude, I think they're going to go 6-6. They're going to get Maryland and Penn State, right?
We locked it up on the preseason because we go, Shiano will find a way to get that shit to 6. I don't know how he's going to do it.
6-6, right? They get to 6-6.
They'll beat Maryland, and then they'll beat Penn State.
Yep.
The Golden Guido, he takes pride in that fucking bowl game,
He
man.
finds a way, buddy. Finds a way. Navy, North Texas. Navy, great adjustments at halftime to stop the North Texas offense. The problem is, they made great adjustments too, and they stopped you. I didn't bet this game, but North Texas 31-17. And now, you know what's crazy is you pull up the AAC rankings right now, or the American. Navy's in first place, even with the loss. Navy's in first place right now.
Well, they've played all their games basically. They're 5-1. Like they only have what, like one more conference game or two?
Well, the two, but one of them doesn't matter because it's the Army game, right?
Yeah.
So they have 2 games left. They have South Florida and Memphis. They're at Notre Dame this week. But right now, if the season ended today, it would be Navy versus Memphis in the AAC Championship.
But then they play on November 27th. So
yes. Also, Memphis plays Tulane, who is also tied with Memphis this week.
ECU is going to get to the title game. I'm looking at all these other schedules. All these other teams'
They're
schedules.
in a great spot, buddy.
All these other teams' schedules are way harder.
What's crazy is the AAC champ has a decent shot of going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Look at those formulas that I don't know if they hold any validity, but hilarious. Shout out to North Texas.
I was going to say, look at North Texas' schedule. They actually have a pretty good schedule.
North Texas remaining schedule
at UAB,
at Rice. That's
it's a tough game, but like
and then Temple. Yeah,
so
you're right.
They actually that might be the best one I've seen so far.
But would they get in over ECU?
If they're 11-1, if they're 11-1.
No, I'm talking about the playoffs. Yes, but I'm saying the AAC championship. That's irrelevant, right? The AAC championship, I think it might be like combined records against winning teams. So if ECU beats Memphis,
what's going on in this sport?
So North Texas would have Navy and UTSA, but UTSA's conference record is 500.
Dude, they ended up getting a great schedule.
That's what I'm saying. ECU might have it depends. Each conference does their tiebreaker better. If it's conference record, ECU might have the better conference record when it's all said and done with them playing Memphis and Temple and Memphis, Temple, and Tulane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
this is this American conference, the American ACC and Big 12. It's just total shit show chaos. Like the SEC, there's chaos, but those teams in the tiebreaker are all going to the playoff. They're like this one. It's like you don't know who the fuck's going to the playoff.
Yeah,
you don't even know who's playing in the title game. You're not going to know until the game's starting, like the championship game's starting. You get out there.
Well, like, and remember it last year. Who was it that turned in their tiebreaker rules? I think it was the Big 12. Like, like in November, they just like rewrote their tiebreaker rules. Fucking shady. That shit needs. Look. Dial 1-800-PICK Dundee for commissioner of college football. That shit needs to be out there finalized in August before any game is kicked.
I think it was the Big 10. The Big 10's
somebody did some shit. But it was the Big 10. I think it was the Big 10.
Of course it was the Big 10. Yeah. Fucking pussy ass league.
Hilarious game. All right. Speaking of hilarious games, part of the reason why I ended up slightly in the green wasn't a great weekend by me by any means. I'm not talking shit, but I am in this particular game. Moneyline SMU winner chicken dinner against Mario Cristobal.
He sucks. Did he ever win any hard road games?
That's why I can't take these suits seriously that talk college football. They're like, well, Miami's clearly the best team in the nation. They hadn't even left the fucking state of Florida. Remember like 3 weeks ago, they said they're the best team in the nation. Yeah. The best team in the nation. No. Hilarious. First road game out of Florida. They lose 26-20 to SMU. And I got news for you. They still have to go to Blacksburg and to Pitt.
They're going to lose both those games.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. I mean, they're pretty much right now. They're pretty much eliminated anyway from the ACC Championship game.
Yep. I mean, this is a joke. Back-to-back years, they have by far the best roster in the ACC. That's what we kept saying. We're like, damn, they look good. Like they have some dudes on that O-line and D-line, but he will find a way to fuck it up. That's Cristobal. He's got to be a bottom 5 coach in the sport. He's terrible.
Definitely. Like as far as like having his team prepared, ready to go.
Yeah.
Terrible. Abner, where are you at, brother? I hope you're good. You like to talk that shit when you guys were up. Remember, he was giving me shit for not having him number 1 in the nation in the Database top 25.
Yeah.
When they had played only home games.
They're gonna finish 8-4.
I hope you're good, brother.
Maybe they'll get a split in the Virginia Tech Pitt, but they're not gonna win. They ain't gonna win both.
NC State's capable of beating them.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, especially now that they're losing. What's the fan turnout going to be on November 15th against NC State?
Yep. Unbelievable.
You know,
unbelievable.
And shout out to SMU for storming the field. Shout out to we had someone tweet us the video of them storming the field. Shout out to that.
It's beautiful.
I apologize on not knowing your name right now.
But shout out
great.
To you.
All right, so gun to your head right now. What's Miami's final record? 9-3.
Yeah, I'll say they split. I mean, they should on paper win both, but Cristobal one of those 2 road games. So yeah, 9-3, and that's not good enough for the playoff again.
Well, I mean, look right now, they are in 7th place in the ACC.
Let me ask you this: when does his seat get warm?
I thought it would be this year, but with the amount of money coming in,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Manny Diaz had a better record thus far into his career at Miami than Mario Cristobal did. They fired Manny. I don't know. I feel like the momentum has gotten better, but the guy can't coach very good. You know what I mean? Like you have a clear liability at head coach.
Yeah. He's terrible.
Yeah. Next up, oh boy, look, this is why we love Diego Pavia. Because this is a magical backdoor cover. They had no business backdooring this.
Yep.
They almost got the onside kick too, but I'll give the credit to Texas here, and really disappointing. I thought Vanderbilt more than ever would be prepared, but on the second play of the game, Texas has like an 80-yard screen pass touchdown. Texas whooped their ass.
Yeah.
I was surprised because this wasn't on Pavia. This was on their defense. I was surprised.
Yep.
This is to me by far the best that Texas looked all year. Arch did play good too.
He did.
It's disappointing because I think Vanderbilt. I think they lost. I think they're out of the playoffs now.
They're gonna have to win those last 3.
Well, the good news is that I expect the Auburn job to be open at some point today.
Yeah.
And Kentucky could open by next week, because they play Kentucky in 2 weeks, and then they're at Tennessee. So it might come. That might be the game, but disappointing because I. And this is what's hilarious is like this is the one that this was Texas's most dominating performance all year to me.
Yeah,
but they still only won by 3. That's how you can dress up a scoreboard. It's disappointing as someone that wants to see Pavia and Vanderbilt win the Natty, and Pavia played great, by the way. It's just disappointing. Like those tackles, those are missed tackles that were just right there. Texas just stuck it to him, man. Like I hadn't seen Texas break plays open like that. I mean, short of maybe like the Sam Houston game or something. Really all season. So credit to Texas. I mean,
yeah. Texas was by far the better team. They hit him in the mouth. They punch him in the mouth. Vandy had that turnover early after the home run. It was 10-0 right off the bat, and Vandy just couldn't get back in it. It is fitting. Pavia puts up big numbers, and now it's he was padding his stats against prevent defense.
They just changed the narrative nonstop.
I got. All you guys did was bitch all week that he can't throw for more than 200 yards against a quality opponent. Well, he threw for fucking 400 against Texas, who is arguably the best defense on the schedule. Pavia's good, man.
It's not Pavia that missed those tackles. I mean, go back and watch the screen pass that goes for 80 yards or whatever. The two guys, I think it's a linebacker and a safety missed their tackle, or maybe it's a corner. And then it happens again on a big run where you're just like, come on, guys. Texas, what's that?
I said, well, this is just where the game is not all about the fucking stat sheet. Like if you watch the games, you know how good Pavia is. And that's why it just drives me insane that like this 200-yard narrative. It's like, all right, well, I didn't think he played that well in the first half. He played well in the second half. It wasn't one of his better games. He ended up.
If they get that onside kick, I was convinced they were going to score. I'll tell you that.
Me too.
But yeah, I mean, and Sark even addressed that in the post game. He was not happy with them letting Vanderbilt back into the game. But so Texas at Georgia, home to Arkansas, home to A&M. When they lose to Georgia next week, which I don't even know that they will, right? But you got to think they're going to get in and see, this is why it's such a huge loss for Vanderbilt. I think it's highly likely that Vanderbilt is going to have, like, these teams are going to have the same record.
Yeah.
There's a strong chance they're going to have the same record. You need A&M and Georgia to take care of business against Texas.
Yeah.
You really do. Because now that head-to-head matters. This was a bad game to miss your tackles like that, you know? So, yeah.
I think if Vanderbilt wins their last three, they got to be in.
I think they're in too.
Yeah.
But that game at Tennessee is going to be tough, dude. You have no margin for error. Even a team like Auburn, if they fire the coaches, I suspect will happen today, you get the 1 game bump now against a team that is super fucking talented. When I watch Auburn, I'm like, man, they whiffed on their quarterback, but the defense is really good. So I expect that to be a game, dude.
Yeah.
And their wideouts are awesome. It's like, shout out to the Longhorns there.
They're playing well. They got that momentum from last week in the comeback win, and they carried it right. And we shit on like Miami for not playing road games. Texas had not played a home game since September 20th. So I'll give Texas a little bit of credit. They haven't been playing Cupcake City. They had not played a home game in over a month.
That's fair, but they had a half home game by playing the Red River Shootout. But the SEC looks out for Texas. Let's not fucking look. Last year they had a nice conference schedule. This year, getting Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, even Florida over the past few years, that is a nice gift to me. The SEC floor is up, sure, but it's still a nice schedule within the conference, in my opinion. But yeah, they were on the road. They were not home for a while, so I agree. Fair point. I lost a lot of. I got to stop betting Iowa State. That's just
what happened to them, man.
Jeff Sims is what happened, dude. Fucking Kenny Dillingham is a quarterback whisperer. He did this shit with Bo Nix, where everyone thought he was trash. Now, I'm not saying Jeff Sims is Bo Nix, but I'm saying Jeff Sims was the best football player on the field yesterday. He had 177 yards passing. He was still a walking turnover, but he ran for 230 yards. I mean, the guy fucking dominated, man.
What the fuck?
They're bowl eligible. Shout out to Arizona State. Pat in the chat saying Kenny Dillingham's a top 10 coach in the country. I mean, he may be.
Dude, he's a real deal. Like, this should have been a regression year. And here they are sitting there, right?
They had no Jordan Tyson, too, dude. They didn't have like their best two players on their team. So
Dillingham is an elite coach. I really hope he doesn't leave. I don't think he's going to because it's his alma mater. But I mean, they came in a spot where they have not been before. They had the target on their back, and they've answered the call, man. 6-3, 4-2 in league play, and still have a shot to get to Dallas again.
Hear me out here. Jeff Sims.
Who's Arizona State got left? Can they win out?
Hey, Jeff Sims. Hold on. I'm trying to do the math on this. So he played the COVID year. So this is his 6th year of college football, but he only played 4 games last year, right? So he can redshirt. I think he can come back one more year, man. My point is like the guy was a big time recruit. He flipped from Florida State to Georgia Tech. Watching what I watched yesterday, if he can cut the turnovers, I'm like, you could win a lot of games with him running like that and having your offense designed like that. I know they got Levitt back too, but yeah, Arizona State's. So where are they at in the pecking order?
They're 4-2. They got West Virginia at home. Watch out for Scotty Fox, Sun Devils. Then they're at Colorado and Arizona at home. They'll be favored to win all 3 of those games.
They'll be tied to make with somebody, right? I mean, maybe they'll get back. Who the fuck knows?
Until Scotty Fox.
Foxhole. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Iowa State, but hold on, just to talk Iowa State real quick to make they just at this point just get to a bowl, right? You're at TCU, home to Kansas, at Oklahoma State. You'll beat Oklahoma State at least. Get to a bowl, call it a season.
They just need one more. Yeah, they're 5-4. Yeah, they'll make a bowl.
Next up, I can't believe it. This is one I'm very glad to lose money on.
Deep down.
I mean, it was 14-14, and like someone had asked me in the pregame, shitting on me fading my boys, and I said, "Yo, ECU is the much better roster by far, without question." To me, I actually think ECU's got like a top 2 roster in the conference as far as actual talent. But I just didn't trust the coaching. I thought there was such a coaching advantage with Temple that Casey Keeler would be able to put the kibosh on that bullshit go-go offense. It's not even go-go offense. It's just a gimmicky offense. But one of the things that really, I mean, ECU had over 600 yards of offense, Mac.
Yeah. Over
600 yards of offense. I didn't see any world where they could do this on the road at Temple. Like,
how about that crowd? There was nobody there.
This is what, no, like I said, I'm very glad we lost this, or I'm very glad I lost this bet and we won this game.
Yeah.
And it puts us in an interesting spot because we are home versus Charlotte, which, by the way, Charlotte's won the last 2. Tricky. That's one other reason why I liked them to beat Temple. I thought it was a distraction game. I was like, man, that Charlotte game's big.
Yeah.
Then they're home versus Memphis. Now they do go to that filthy Alamo Dome on the 22nd, and then they get Florida Atlantic after that. So they're in a pretty good spot, man. That UTSA game might crush our season, but
yeah.
Look, it's bullshit ball, but we're in the mix.
Well, when we talked ECU at the beginning of the year, we liked their schedule because
I like their roster. I actually think their roster. I kind of think their roster is more complete than almost everybody's, maybe except Memphis and maybe Tulane. So it's probably, to me, if I had to power rank the roster, I think it's the 3rd best roster in the conference. And you can make it's very close to me to I don't think Tulane's roster is that much better than ECU's. I think, if anything, ECU has a better quarterback. So yeah, I mean, we're in the mix. Let's put us in the playoffs. Don't fuck around. Put us in the playoffs. Don't you fuck around and put us in the playoffs. I'll paint my goddamn house. Fucking my neighbors will hate me. Paint the whole damn house. My house will turn into a pirate ship. People think it's like a fucking miniature golf course. Right?
Like, what's wrong with this guy?
Temple's still 5-4. Keeler's gonna have a great first year. He's got to win one more game, and trust me, it's tough. Yeah. At Army, home to Tulane, at North Texas. They're the fucking team to fuck up everyone's season.
They are.
They're gonna beat either Tulane or North Texas. Write it. They will beat Tulane or North Texas. Write it.
We get spoiled. I love these first-year spoiler coaches. Just Keeler, Rich Rod. Who's the one? Eck. Eck is fucking. Yeah. It's just, It's.
Shout out to these Pirates. Let's go. Next up we have. Oh my God, man!
How the fuck did they not cover this?
This was tough. Virginia Tech gets shut out at home in the second half. They were up 16-7, kind of dominating the football game. They gave up a gigantic punt return. And then Brown got his boys together. I mean, Miller Moss only threw for $136. Isaac Brown's a fucking beast. He got injured though. Wonder what his final. I wonder what how long he's out for, because that's a critical injury. Yeah. Shout out to Louisville. I thought they were gonna, dude. I thought at one point I was like, they're gonna lose outright. This ACC championship run is gonna be hilarious. All right, so right now in the ACC, let's try to figure this out. The season ended right now. Virginia, Georgia Tech would play in the ACC championship still, I think. Pitt is also tied with Georgia Tech. Louisville is also tied. SMU is tied. Duke is tied. Good Lord. What's hilarious here is Louisville and SMU have the tiebreakers over Miami. Miami's done. Like, there's no way they're playing in the ACC championship, right? Like, they need.
They're done.
Let's try to figure this out. Let's try to figure this out. Louisville's remaining schedule. All right. Home to Cal. Win, right?
Yes.
Home to Clemson.
Should be a win.
Should be a win. You could lose that.
They could lose
lost
that.
To Virginia at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
At SMU.
Probably a loss.
So they're not going to be in the ACC championship then. But SMU's remaining schedule, which has the same conference record as Louisville. At Boston College in the JFK Bowl. They're gonna lose that game, dude. They're gonna lose that fucking game, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna lose
their home versus Louisville and at Cal. Oh man, hold on. I want to try to figure this out. I want to try to just I just want us to be able. So Miami would have 3 losses. They don't have the tiebreaker. So in our scenario, what do you think SMU gets? You think they go 2-1 in the final?
2-1. They'll drop one of those road games. Probably the Cal game.
So they'll have 2 losses. So even if Miami wins out, SMU will be fine. Like, they'll be ahead of Miami. Louisville, with 1 more loss, would still be ahead of Miami. Right? But they would have those teams would have 2 losses. Right. What I'm trying to do here is take a look. So Pitt, I know you hate Pitt, but try to remove the blinders. Pitt, they play Notre Dame next week, irrelevant ACC game. Then they're at Georgia Tech and home to Miami, but they can, in a way, they can afford a loss. That Georgia Tech game is fucking huge, by the way.
Yeah.
So the Georgia Tech game, that's at Georgia Tech. So I would say they go 1-1 if I had to bet.
Probably lose to Georgia Tech and beat Miami at home.
Yeah, that's if I had to bet, that's what I'd say. So they'd be 5-2. So SMU would be 5-2. Louisville would be 5-2. Pitt would be 5-2. Let's get to the rambling wreck, because they would beat Pitt. They have Boston College at Boston College in a game. Bill O'Brien, folks, is the guy that recruited Brent Key to Georgia Tech as a player. By the way, I mean, how easy was that BC play? But they're probably still in the driver's seat, dude.
Yeah. We are gonna have a clunker of whatever the fuck the word is, of just fucking 2-loss ACC teams.
Now, I also want to hit on. Duke and Virginia real quick. We touched on Duke. Like, Duke, I actually think they should be favored against Virginia at home, because I actually think their offense is a little smoother than Virginia's. And both offenses are good, but I just think the fact it's at Duke, I would make it like Duke -1.5. How about you?
I think it'd be close.
Yeah. Then they're at Carolina, which obviously rivalry game, but I would favor Duke.
Mhm.
And then they're home to Wake. I would favor Duke in all three of those. Right?
Yeah. Duke.
Not by much. Not by much, but
Duke Virginia game's huge.
that's what I'm saying. So Duke would be 7-1, right? In conference. Virginia obviously has yet to lose in conference. I know that even better is they lost to NC State in a non-con game. Georgia Tech got to be sitting there like, what the fuck? They went to NC State. We went to NC State.
Genius scheduling by Virginia. They knew they'd lose, so they said, let's make it a non-con game.
Yeah. Virginia is home to Wake Forest this Saturday, then at Duke, then home to Virginia Tech. Dude, so riddle me this. If Duke beats Virginia and wins the other games that we said, they'll be 7-1. Virginia will be 7-1, and Georgia Tech will be 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you decide who goes to the ACC championship there?
I don't know.
What is their tiebreaker? Is it rankings? Because if it's rankings, then it's going to be Georgia Tech, Virginia, maybe.
Yeah.
Because of Virginia, I would assume Georgia Tech, Virginia, but you'd be ignoring the one head-to-head between the three, and that would be Duke beating Virginia. No, I guess Georgia Tech beat Duke. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they would do. This is why they're having this many teams is stupid.
This is why, it's fucking.
Because some conferences do the points for over points against, record of common opponent. You know what I mean? There's a million different things.
I remember when we used to have a conference on the East Coast called the ACC. It had about 12 teams, and then there was a Big East too, and then there was the teams on the West Coast were in the Pac-12, and then there was the Southeastern Conference where they had teams in the Southeast.
And it's like everyone played each other every year, so you kind of knew, hey, now you're just pissing in the wind.
Yeah.
I feel like
you don't get a true champion. It's ridiculous.
That Duke game is in Durham, not in Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Louisville. This was a gut check game. This was a gutty win, though. They were getting their ass whooped.
I thought they were going down.
Yeah. Anthony in the chat saying strength of schedule determines the three-way tie, I think.
How did they determine that, though?
Yeah, well, strength of the conference schedule or the non-con schedule? Because the non-con schedule, Duke, I think, would actually win that because Duke has the Illini and Tulane and NC State as a non-con.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not going to be non-con though. It's going to be conference, I think. I got no fucking idea. It makes my head fucking hurt.
I think Jeff Sharp's right in the chat. We just got to let it play out. Because somebody's going to lose that we're not fucking seeing.
Yeah, North Chapel Bill is going to ruin Duke's season.
Chapel Bill's the first year head coach in the ACC that's going to play spoiler down the road because they haven't quit on him. They're playing better.
Yeah. Oh, you got some strong hate there.
What am I crying about? Rich Rod fucking put it on. I'm smiling ear to ear, buying shots all night.
And you're not hating on this one as you beat CJ Sullivan, the bet detective, in a lock battle. New Mexico, 40, UNLV 35. Get this running rebel bullshit out of here. All right, we need to now we shift our conference talk because everyone's talking the AAC champ. The carnage might be too much though. So then there's James Madison. And then there is what's happening in the Mountain West with the Aztecs of San Diego State continuing to roll on to 7-1. Right now, if the season ended, Boise would have to go to San Diego to take on the Aztecs. The problem is Boise just lost and they did not look good. They got I don't know that I've ever seen them look that bad on the Smurf turf. Ooh. Then Fresno is one game back with the tiebreaker over Boise. And don't look now, but Jason Eck has these Lobos knocking on the door right there. And they play San Diego State. Also, Timmy Chang and Hawaii still right in the mix. And I don't even think we can rule out Utah State, UNLV, and San Jose State yet.
Shit show.
Huge win by Eck. Let's talk about this. New Mexico is 6-3. They're bowl eligible. Please stay. Don't go to Wisconsin. That's the problem. Wisconsin, Sean Lewis is a Wisconsin grad too.
They're too dumb to make that.
They have two coaches in the Mountain West from Wisconsin, just killing it. Jason Eck in New Mexico, they're hosting Colorado State. They're at Air Force and they're hosting San Diego State. Dude, call me crazy.
They can get there.
I think they could win all three. I think they should be favored. I mean, San Diego State, if they're 11 or 10-1 at the time, will probably be favored. But I think they'll lose in a cold ass Albuquerque on November 29th. Dude, he's gonna go 9-3 with this fucking team. He's gonna go 9-3 with this team. At least 8-4. Right?
Yeah.
At least 8-4. Now on the other side of things, Dan Mullen, 6-2. They head to Fort Collins this Saturday. Then they get Bronco Mendenhall and Timmy Chang, and then Jeff Choate in the Fremont Cannon battle. So I mean, they could be 8-4 too. I think they'll be favored. They're probably favored to go 9-3 if I had to bet.
Yeah,
maybe even 10-2. They're not going to go 10-2. They're phony. They're a phony fucking team. What did they do defensively yesterday? They gave up.
They're losing out. They're losing out. New
Mexico had 532 yards of offense.
They couldn't even stop Idaho State, who's not even a good FCS. They have a losing record in the FCS. They gave up 500 yards. They're going to lose out. This team's a fraud. We've been saying it for fucking years.
Yeah.
It's
shout out to the great Rob Donaldson.
It's Moneyline McIntyre. Please address me as my real name going forward.
Yeah.
Fuck all you jack fucks in the chat.
Okay. This game, let's get to this. This score is very misleading, by the way.
Oh, I hate the Texas
very misleading. Avery Johnson. Look, I know if we ran a poll, I think between all of our listeners, they would say Arch Manning's the most overrated prospect. Maybe some would say Lagway. Some would say Avery Johnson might be my vote. Yeah. He sucks, man. Like, just this was a one-score game in the fourth quarter, and just the guy's a walking fucking turnover, dude. Like 16 of 33, a $199, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. There was a dropped interception, key fumble that goes for a touchdown as well. This game, the score is deceiving. Now, don't get me wrong, Texas Tech's the better team, but that score, running those late turnovers by Kansas State, blew this thing out of proportion. I lost money here, a lot of money, and shout out to Texas Tech. Look, Cody Campbell is healthy for college football, in my opinion. I like his what he's trying to save college sports. He says, I know people think there might be an angle behind that, sure, but regardless, having a billionaire that says he's going to turn Texas Tech into a blue blood in basketball, baseball, and football is awesome. It's healthy for the sport. I think it's healthy for the future of the Big 12. But man, did Kansas State let him off the hook? Avery Johnson. I mean, some of those plays.
Yeah.
You might have saw like 7 tweets be like, God damn it, Avery Johnson. This like was a wide open pass. You airmails. Your thoughts?
Yeah, K State. That finally the end of what was left of a potential run. So, but hey, shout out to Texas Tech, man. They had lost like 7 in a row in this rivalry, 12 out of 13 against K State. So K State had their number. They're 8-1, and they control their destiny to get to Dallas.
Yeah, shout out to the great Troy Tuning.
There he is.
I was wondering where you were, buddy. We were talking pre episode. Where the fuck's Troy? Yeah, Texas Tech. So
links.
So Texas Tech's remaining schedule: home to BYU, home to UCF, and then
Richard's gonna get him.
Oh yeah, a trip to Morgantown on November 29th.
We're gonna spoil their season.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're gonna go 10-2. 10-2.
Do they get in if they're 10-2? They're not gonna get in if they go 10-2.
They're going to the Big 12 championship, right?
If they have 2 losses, it's gonna come down to a tiebreaker.
Okay, but hold on. If they have 2 losses, but they have the head-to-head against BYU.
True.
But wait, will BYU have 2 losses? BYU's remaining schedule at Texas Tech, home to TCU, at Cincinnati. They all play each other. Cincinnati and so I think Cincinnati's going to beat BYU in Cincy, by the way. Then home to UCF.
Arizona State only has 2 losses, and they beat Texas
Utah
Tech.
too, but Utah has the tiebreaker over Arizona State. I have no idea how they figure this shit out. It's like the ACC all over again.
Tech's gonna have to win in Morgantown that final week of the season.
Yeah, that's such a fucking strange trip, dude.
Yeah,
it's like, where are we going? Morgantown. You heard of it?
You ready to get Scotty Fox to Texas Tech?
I'll be all over West Virginia money line that day.
Oh, absolutely.
Write it.
Yeah. You guys did us a favor last year, blowing us the fuck out to fire Neil, and now Rich.
Well, his Texas Tech their air raid. That shit's gonna be like a blizzard. That shit. We've seen this a million times.
It's gonna be so
with
great.
The time zone thing, like so. I don't know. We'll see, but yeah. Shout out to Texas Tech. Great, impressive win. They dominated. Look, the score should have been closer, but they were certainly the better team. Texas Tech was the better team, but the score should have been closer. Hey, cashed here. I don't even remember betting this game, by the way. I have no recollection of betting this game, but I was going through my winnings.
Slips.
I was like, when the fuck did I put $50 on Western Kentucky at some point? Western Kentucky, they won. Did not lock this up on the show. Just made money though off of it, and I don't have any recollection of doing it. New Mexico State's fucking terrible. My phone's frozen. But let's talk about this CUSA race, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Because Kennesaw and Jacksonville State took care of business. Western Kentucky took care of business. Missouri State not eligible, but they did take care of business. And then we'll talk about my Flames, my Flaming Libs, and La Tech took care of business. This is going to be an interesting race because I believe Jacksonville State and Kennesaw play each other, Mac. Yep. I think they play each other in 2 weeks. So that will be very, very interesting right there. Yeah, we don't need to talk. Big Red's still very much alive. So, I have watched Texas Tech running the ball, but they still do it out of. So yes, they run. Look, chat. Okay. Mac, we got multiple comments on people that said I hadn't watched Georgia Tech after taking NC State on our pick show. Guys, I watch every fucking game. All right. I have a 9 TV setup right here. I have watched every single Texas Tech game with the exception to the Arkansas Pine Bluff game. I did not watch the Arkansas Pine Bluff game. I know they're running the ball good. But when you become one-dimensional, if it is hypothetically, like I said, Morgantown weather, rain, sleet, snow, I think it makes you I don't think you'll have the same success. The fact that you always have a beast-ass quarterback is what helps you be able to run the ball. So, but don't say that I have not watched. I don't think you understand. You don't know. You know what I mean? You're not accurately talking. Shit, Georgia Tech. I was at their fucking game in the past fucking 15 days. Anyway, next up.
Jack Fox.
Louisiana is at South Alabama. And guess what happened here? I bet South Alabama and I lost money. Of course.
They suck.
Is Des Moreau going to save his job?
Potentially. Is Applewhite going to get on the hot seat going into year 3?
You can't fire him. He lost. Have you driven a Gio Lopez lately? Like late into you lost Fluff Bothwell too. So I'm just saying
if they throw out like a 2-10 or 3-9 though.
I mean, maybe next year he'll be on the hot seat. But
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie in the chat. He says, "Is there a college basketball podcast tonight?"
Yeah, maybe.
You know, we've been doing the show 8 years, and we've never missed an episode. Wait, we've missed a pregame show, but as far as covering the games, we've never missed it. Cheers, Charlie. We will be live tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we believe. Yeah. So the wacky Sun Belt. We had Sun Belt broke nice for us, by the way. We'll talk about that in a second. But shout out to Louisiana. What's their record right now?
3-6. They got to win out to get to a bowl.
And I know they get the Cajun game. They got ULM. So what is their other opponents there? Don't they have to go to someone on the East? Is it ODU? No, they could win out. They are home to Texas State, at Arkansas State, who's red hot right now, and then home versus ULM. Yeah, I think they'll go like 5-7 probably, right? 5-7. So
yeah.
Who has time? Yeah, I don't. I don't know if you guys have seen me tweet this out, but yeah, it is. We're better than sports bars. All right. Next up, we have. Oh my God, cashed. All right, hold on. I know this was a lucky beat on the final play,
but it's the right side.
It was the right side.
Yeah.
Florida plus 7.5 hits for us. Can we talk about that incomplete pass bullshit? I mean, that's a catch.
That's a total catch.
That's a
like,
fucking
come
catch.
on. Like,
that's a catch.
Hearing
these fucking announcers talk about all this, they bringing in that schmuck ref is like, well, it's indisputable. I think that's a catch. I think that's a fucking catch, man. Now, of course, I had money on Florida, but I still cashed on this, and I still think I didn't have Florida money line. I had Florida plus 7.5. I just think it's a catch. I just don't.
Georgia gets every fucking call, man. They get every call.
That's another thing that makes you wonder. Is like the SEC. Like, look at these suspicious calls over the past 2 years. They have all benefited the team that is, to me, the power team.
Georgia and Bama.
It doesn't ever benefit Kentucky. You know what I mean? Like, it benefits. No. I feel like just put my tinfoil hat on. Yeah. Put my tinfoil hat on.
Kirby's got a nice whistle. I mean, they did a top 10 worst calls of the year, and the top 3 all were for Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me that list.
Time out.
I personally think they got. I have to remember. I thought their number 4 was the one that should have been number 1, but I can't remember. But the timeout thing was up there too. I mean, look. Georgia's been very, very fortunate to get out of these games, but it just seems like I don't know. Now, at the same time, you could say if you're Florida, you're up 3, you go for that 4th and 1, and shout out to Georgia for, stopping them. Great late stunt, but part of me thought you should have just kicked the field goal, go up 6.
Yeah.
Part of me thought you should have, and I normally say go for a 4th and 1. But I thought, man, you go up 6 in a game like this. Now, Georgia just go right down the field, but momentum was kind of crushed after you didn't get that 4th and 1. So, hey, Georgia will be a playoff team. I think they have Texas. If they lose to what? Texas and Georgia Tech, they miss the playoffs, right?
Yes. Because then they would have lost 2 out of the last 3. So I agree.
Who's their other opponent? Charlotte, right? Don't they have Charlotte?
Yeah, there's the SEC with that fucking random game.
Can't wait for the 9-game schedule.
They could lose at Mississippi State.
They could.
Yeah, I mean, they're only a 9-point favorite. They
could.
Yeah,
they're at Mississippi State this week.
Yeah, that's kind of
the SEC gave Texas a bye week before playing at Georgia.
Yeah,
of course,
dude. That's a tricky spot coming off Florida and Texas on deck. Yeah, seriously, dude. Fucking SEC kisses Texas's ass, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Georgia though. It was a gut check game. They did go right down that look before even the catch when they stopped them on 4th and 1. It was like Georgia got shot out of a fucking cannon after that. That game-changing play on the 4th and 1, and then they just went right down the field in like 4 plays.
Yeah, and
just got 7 points. And to Gunnar Stockton's credit, I feel like he's got a little Stetson Bennett to him, dude. So, yeah. I know our boy Sebastian, SGPN Doc, was devastated about this. He's sick of these calls. He says he sent me a message. He was at the bars. I'm so sick of calls going in Georgia's favor. But I think he's got a point. Next up.
Hilarious game.
This was a hilarious game.
That line is right.
I guess, hang on. I guess we're not doing our due diligence here. What is Georgia's final record, Mac?
10-2. They'll lose one of these games, and they'll be in the playoff.
Okay, now let's look at Florida. They're now 3-5. Can they still make a bowl? They're at Kentucky, at Ole Miss, home to Tennessee, home to Florida State.
They could. I mean, they played well yesterday. They played well enough to win.
Yeah. That beat Kentucky, lose Ole Miss, beat Tennessee, beat Florida State. They could.
Yeah.
Still hope there for a bowl game. Next up, yes, Michigan State, Minnesota. I watched this entire game. I did not think I was going to.
Hilarious game.
I was kind of waiting. This game was fun. Both teams actually surprising. Michigan State had almost 500 yards of offense and lost the game. That's hard to do. But
they're
especially when they held Minnesota to 300. Bet Detective beat you in a battle here, didn't he?
No, I took Sparty plus 3.5.
Oh, that's right. It was 3.5. Why did I think it was 2.5?
Yeah.
How about PJ Fleck? As I just mentioned with them talking, they're
bowling already.
They have the 123rd offense in America. That is a bottom 14 offense, bottom 13 offense.
Yeah.
And they are 6-3. 6-3. He was going wild in the locker room. Remaining schedule at Oregon, at Northwestern, home to Wisconsin. If they could pull off an upset at Oregon, which they won't, they could be in the playoff mix then, right?
Yeah, theoretically, but they're gonna get
Oregon. Michigan State, we got to talk about Jonathan Smith. He's got Magic Johnson tweeting shit about him. They are home to Penn State next week, then at Iowa, then home to Maryland. They are not bowling. They are at best 5-7.
Yeah, they've covered 3 in a row. They've covered 3 in a row. They're not playing horrible. They just can't get over the hump.
Yeah. Hilarious game. Also, just when you think we're out, they pull me back in. I did lay the points with the Flamin' Libs. And holy shit. 59-30. They could have scored 66, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Right? They could have. They called off the dogs. Mac, I mentioned this a minute ago. Back to the CUSA. Kennesaw and Jacksonville State play each other soon. I forget when. The Flamin' Libs have one loss in conference. They're 3-1. That was to Jacksonville State. So I think we need Jacksonville State to beat Kennesaw, right? The reason why I say that is the Libs seem to have suddenly found their offense. Their remaining schedule: home to Missouri State, at Florida International, at Louisiana Tech, and home to Kennesaw State, where that game could be.
That's for it.
That game could be for the team to get in the CUSA Championship, and then I could make a shit ton of money because I have this parlayed in like 56 bets. I'm telling you, if they don't make it, and you guys don't hear from me, you know where I'm at. All right.
You're in Lynchburg.
Got a pair of concrete shoes. All right. Have they turned the corner, Mac?
Yes, they have. They found their identity. They got healthy, and Chadwell's a good coach. Kyle Kerms, wherever he's at, Chadwell's going to get him dating for.
Yeah, they're finding their way. Next up, shocker of the fucking day.
What the
short of Indiana State? Short of Indiana State going into Brookings and winning as 31.5-point dogs, Fresno State. What?
Stuck it to them.
They dominate. I watched this whole game. They dominated this football game, 30-7 against Boise State.
190 yards of offense for Boise. That's it.
Dude, Boise State was laying 17.5 or 18. This. I did not see this. I have never seen them get their ass whooped this bad on the Smurf turf, at least since the 90s.
I know Madsen got injured, but still, come on.
Well, now you have a scenario here where Boise plays at San Diego State next week. Or I'm sorry, it's they have a bye week. Then they're at San Diego State. It's a nice bye week to get your team healthy. But if San Diego State beats them, Boise is not going to play in the Mountain West Championship.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They also play home to Colorado State. They'll fuck up Colorado State. But then they play at Bronco Mendenhall on November 29th or 28th, whatever, Black Friday, I think it is. Right? That's a losable game, too, based on the Boise team that I've been seeing. Is Boise State going to play in the Mountain West Championship, Mac? Because Fresno has the tiebreaker. Fresno, if they win out and Boise just slips once.
Those fucking road games are hard.
Fresno's remaining schedule, home to Wyoming, home to Utah State, and at San Jose State in a rivalry game. That game could fuck them up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
These leagues are a shit show.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt Entz, by the way. First ever trip to the Smurf turf, and you're just like, yeah, 23-point win, hold them to 7 points. What?
Crazy. And I know they had the backup, but still.
What's the diagnosis with that injury, by the way?
I haven't seen anything. I was just looking that up.
Interesting. Shocker. That one I did not think. 7 points on the Smurf turf. Fucking impressive. Next up, Old Dominion. ODU 31, ULM 6. ODU is now bowl eligible for Ricky Ronnie. Shout out to that. There's a good chance they could go 9-3. A very good chance. I think they're probably gonna be favored the remaining 3 games. So, yeah, tough days for ULM. ULM has to win out if they want to go bowling, and they're on a 4-game losing streak right now. And,
they seem like they've run out of gas. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make a bowl. Next up, we have you fools. You fools.
Couldn't get a better spot, Maryland, and you just completely.
I couldn't believe you fools. So you guys thought you were so cutting edge, cooking the books over here.
You had a fucking bye week to come out like this. Like, are you shitting me? Is Indiana?
I couldn't believe. Indiana had 588 yards of offense.
This fucking team's a juggernaut. Like, they're the best team.
588 yards of offense.
I don't understand how people can have Ohio State ranked ahead of Indiana. Other than they just have 5 stars or more talent, but
Indiana's played better competition this year.
100%. Like, how can you have Indiana not ranked number 1?
Like,
they beat
Iowa and Oregon are better than anything. What's Ohio State's best win? I guess Texas. Texas win looks all right now that they've actually beat a team with a pulse, right?
Yeah. Indiana beats everybody by like 50 too when they're not playing the hard road games at
Iowa. They have a double-digit win in every game except at Iowa.
They have a double-digit win at Oregon. I mean, god damn.
They're the best story. I was talking to I was DMing with was it Hoosier Stan, I think it is. I want Indiana to win the national championship. I think it'd be great for the sport. I think it'd be fucking great for the fucking sport, dude.
I think they're going to. I think they're the best team.
I mean, this would be the best thing for college football in a while. Indiana wins the fucking. Just think about that statement 5 years ago or 2 years ago. Indiana to win the national championship.
Can you imagine how much shit Signetti would talk if he fucking won a natty?
I just don't want the Big Ten to have another one, but at the same time, I'm like, part of me does enjoy it. Anything, I just don't like the Big Ten, like Tony Petitti and Warren and what they've done to the sport. But at the same time, like Indiana's story is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. This would be great for the fucking sport. Maryland's fucking terrible. Is Loxley there?
He better not be. I mean, what are they in Big Ten play?
Someone.
1-4.
Wait. Let me see if I can find this tweet. I saw that, and I didn't fact check this, but I believe this is probably right. Where is this?
I felt so good about this Maryland play too.
Yeah, you guys were insane for this. I fucking called you out on this one. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
And for what? I mean, does Indiana ever have a sleepy game? Like, do they just they never sleepwalk through any of these games? It's crazy.
How about this one? The curse of the fridge. Since firing reigning ACC Coach of the Year, so he just won Coach of the Year in December 2010. Maryland's home record after Halloween is 0-24 versus teams not named Rutgers. Rutgers is their only wins. They're 0-24 at home. That includes a time in the ACC too.
In
Fucking
Maryland,
hilarious.
When we say you're a fraud after September, this is like we're not just saying it because we like just to say it. Like Maryland is a fraud ass program.
Yeah, shout out to the great Jared Green, man. Injury bug starting to creep in for Indiana. Yeah.
So they win by 30 instead of 50 now.
Yeah, they're just fucking dominating. Next up, you fools. I couldn't believe people gave me shit on this. By the way, this is the worst roughing the passer call ever in this game. And I want to let you know that roughing the passer actually prolonged a drive. Like they would have got a field goal right there, but you're talking about the score going from 18-10 to a potentially, because I can't remember if it was 8. Either way, it was a huge play in that game. But guys, I know we think Notre Dame is great, but a 30-point spread against a Power 5 school, Notre Dame's not that great. All right, like Notre Dame's a good football team. Don't get me wrong, but they're not. This isn't the fucking 72 Dolphins here. I was shocked at how many people were just like, I can't believe you're loading up on BC plus 30. I was like, what are you talking about? This game was fairly even majority of this game. I mean, if you watch this game, it was not like, yes, Notre Dame was the better team. Don't get me wrong, but it was not that big of a gap. I don't think Notre Dame is light years. It's college football these days. I don't think Notre Dame's better than a lot of teams, but they're not just way better than a shitty Power 5 team.
Hard to cover 31 when you only score 25.
Dude, and even that was that roughing the passer ended up being a touchdown after that.
Yeah. Notre Dame,
what I mean? Like
Notre Dame slept. This is why BC was like my big upset pick going into the year. That's a hard road trip. So yeah. It's Notre Dame, they've done their job. They're probably going to win out 10-2, go to the playoff.
They play at Pitt.
Yeah, I guess Pitt could get them.
You have to admit that could be a game. That could be a game.
I wish we could play Pitt again. Just fucking fuck them up again.
Notre Dame got very, very lucky, but that Miami loss is looking worse and worse.
Yeah.
Everybody else, how about this, Notre Dame? Miami, Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, all lost. The only thing that helped you is NC State did beat Georgia Tech. And USC somehow found a way to get out of Lincoln. But a good win for the Irish. Pitt, this was shocking to me. I thought, why am I surprised at this? Because I'm surprised. We lost by the hook. We had 14.5 in Stanford.
Those fucking turnovers, man. Stanford just kept self-destructing.
Mason Heinzel was 23 of 38 for 304, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions, but he also had a great rushing play too.
Yeah.
Pitt's offense almost had 500 yards of offense there. Buddy, they might be a playoff team.
Who are their losses to? Louisville? They lost to Louisville, yeah.
And a game they were up 17.
Can you imagine if they were 8-1 right now?
They should be. They're up 17-0, and they lost that fucking game. I had that money line.
They also were up 10 in Morgantown with 5 minutes to go until Narduzzi.
I mean, if you had not played Holstein, you'd be undefeated.
Classic Narduzzi.
I got a shitty quarterback here, but he's been here 4 years. I will play that shitty quarterback. Right?
Well, and if you remember with how Pitt's offense is rolling, Narduzzi punted the ball in the West Virginia game on 4th and 1 at West Virginia's 40-yard line. Or no, it was the 38-yard line. He took a delay game to punt. It's like, what are you doing?
I got this one. This one, guys.
His
offensive coordinator, Cade Bell's like, dude, we got 2 guys. Cole Gonzalez lit it up for me in the FCS. Then I got this freshman kid who's a beast. They're both, and he goes, I've seen your practice. I've seen that offense over there on that side of the ball. You guys throwing for like 500 a game, or 500 a practice. We don't want that shit here. Not unless we have to. All right. Not unless I'm about to be fired. Well, he was about to be fired. And he said, you know what, Cade, try that foo-foo shit over here. Bring it. I gotta sit my boy Holstein.
Nothing beats the field goal against Toledo in the bowl game last year in double overtime. He elects to kick the field goal to tie it, to force it to triple overtime so he can go in a 2-point conversion off. I'm like, you're electing to do a 2-point conversion off from the 3-yard line.
He's like, I got faith in my defense. We've been putting the kibosh in these 2-point conversions in practice all year.
Rather than just go for the win at the 1-yard line. I was like, you are such a dumbass, Narduzzi.
Yeah, that's why I can't celebrate yet, but we're there in a good spot. Folks, want to tell you the college football experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog's your home for pick-up entries where you can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. Underdog's also got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing it in college football, NFL, and NBA, and you better believe college hoops is right around the corner. Rhythm's also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000. Use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. Use that promo code SGPN25. All right. Next up. Oh, this is the worst beat of the day.
Fucking Cal.
No, dude, did you see this shit?
Yes. Fucking
30 seconds left of pick 6. We had this. We had this covered, dude. This was in our contest, dude. This is fucking brutal. This was absolutely fucking brutal. I'm not even saying Cal should have won the game, but they were covering the fucking 5.5 with 30 seconds left. They throw a pick 6. The guy returns it for a touchdown too. I thought he was going to go down to like the 5 or the 2, like lay down there, end the game. No. God, this is a bad beat, man. Shout out to these Wahoos though, man. Your thoughts on this one?
They're still undefeated in conference play. This is a magical year. 8-1. Then they got Wake next week. They should win that 9-1. They're going to win 10 games.
It's going to be great, dude. And they're getting, they got a bigger donation. They got like a few different people have stepped forward with money, like in the past 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, their fan base is starting to get unrealistic. They how those fucking private.
This is great to watch though, because Virginia should be caring about football, man.
Yeah, they got their fan base is so delusional. Like I live in an area where there's a lot of Virginia fans, and they're like, "Oh, we should fire the OC." I go, "You guys have the best offense that you've had in like 40 years.
Doing a great job." Yeah,
they're so entitled. They just think they know it all. It's like, God, why is Virginia good?
That pick 6 was just so fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Also lost money on this game. Shout out to Jeff Lebby getting his first ever SEC win. Let me just. Arkansas had a what was it? It was a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter and lost. Perfect. 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. I'm sitting there tap dancing over here. You know, they can't get out of their own way. Road Rash Face is done. in Fayetteville.
Yeah. No, there will be no repeat.
That sucks. The world was perfect for a second. Yeah, Mississippi State. One went away from a bowl, Mac. Home to Georgia, at Mizzou, home to Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl.
Did they have a chance to do the funniest thing? They could spoil Lane Kiffin's playoff.
Yeah. Shout out to Mississippi State. Nice win.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, okay, we don't need to talk about this one.
I mean, is this program ever gonna what happened?
Kansas
actually
moves
covered,
to 5
though.
wins. They're 1 win away from a bowl. They got to find a way to win either in Tucson or in Ames or home against Utah. Man, terrible game. Next up, this game was awesome, by the way. This game, if you didn't have this one on, you're not living right. This game was a back and forth affair. CMU was up majority of this game, Mac, and Western down the stretch scores 10 in the fourth to get the dub, to get the cannon, to stay in Kalamazoo, or I guess to come back to Kalamazoo. Well, I covered here on Central. Fun game though. Your thoughts?
Fun game, yeah. I mean, shout out to Western Michigan. This is this MAC is going to be fun headed into these Tuesday, Wednesday games.
This place was lit, by the way.
Yeah, that's why they play on Saturday.
Yeah,
that's why they play on Saturday.
Awesome shit, man. College football 101 right there.
Yep.
Whoa.
Colorado quit.
You want to see a dead body?
What the fuck is this game?
What is going on? Dude, I'm starting to think this Deion's out, right? He's done.
Yeah.
Something's up. Something's up. It's like he might. I wonder if he's even at practice or something with all the surgery and shit he's got going on. Guy can't even control it. I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, something's not right in Colorado right now. I know he had cancer all off season, and then he had to get some emergency surgery 2 weeks ago. But I think he's going to retire at the end of the year. It just seems something seems weird.
They've given up 105 points in 2 games.
And that was coming out of a bye.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident West Virginia is going to blow them out next weekend too.
I'm pretty confident too, but I think Deion might retire. Am I crazy here?
Deion might not make the flight next week. Yeah, I think you're onto something. His health is not good, and they.
Well, and if I'm him, as much as this, if I'm him, it's. Why do you want to embarrass yourself if you're battling all these things that are really fucking serious?
Yeah.
Why do you want you don't have football coaches, man? You normally got to be grinding your ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm not even blaming them. To me, you're battling cancer. You're having emergency surgery on your fucking blood clots. You can't be grinding like the other coaches have to be grinding right now. So you're at a competitive disadvantage.
And his sons aren't there anymore too. I mean, that's another thing. So yeah. I mean, I think he retires and then he just goes and be's a dad.
Yeah, I mean,
he can get back into the media. He was good in the media before he got into coaching.
Yeah,
but he ain't in it right now.
Out, man.
Yeah, the way they're getting beat,
they're gonna lose out, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna go 3-9.
Yeah, unbelievable. Because what's crazy is beginning of the year, even though they lost those games, they looked decent against Georgia Tech and Houston and BYU. They looked decent.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Houston game, more like the BYU TCU. That's the one. TCU, BYU, and Georgia Tech. They looked like they could go toe for toe, and it was just they barely lost those games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought they played better than TCU, to tell you the truth. And in that game, I thought they were better than TCU. But man, I don't know what the fuck happened. It's that's why I'm wondering how much is he even involved with the practices, and then is that having an effect on the roster?
I think you're right. And on the other side, Arizona, I mean, 5-3? They should be able to get to a bowl in Brennan's second year.
And let him keep building this thing. Brennan, people had him on the hot seat. He's got to make sure he gets to a bowl here. They're home to Kansas, at Cincy, home to Baylor, at Arizona State. You could lose all 4 of those.
Mm-hmm. They just need one.
Just need one. Get to a bowl game. Build on this year. And I think he's a good football coach, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brent Brennan. Shout out to Lane Train. I lost money here. I took the points. 30-14. They opened it up late with that big touchdown. Trinidad Chambliss didn't have the greatest game, but Keelan Lacey had like 180 yards rushing. I played him in DFS. So check out me and Rob Donaldson's DFS show because I smashed that. I did go back. I was having a few drinks last night, sitting back. And I remember our South Carolina preview, Mac. And we got a lot of hate. I went back and commented on each one. How's your season going? I could look, sometimes I'll let that shit go. But the amount of hate that we got specifically on that episode when I locked up the under, right? Dude, we had comments saying they're going to win 10 games this year.
They're going to lose 10
almost. I think one guy even said 11-1. Right?
They're 3-6.
So I went back and I just we'll see. We're probably gonna get some strong hate back soon. But I wasn't the bigger man here. I was having some cocktails. Said fuck these fucking lunatics. I'm gonna go talk shit to all of them.
Yeah, they're done. They're not making a bowl. They're not winning at A&M next week. Fuck no.
Yeah, 3-6. Check this out. At A&M, home to Coastal, which could be trickier than you think now. Right? Then home to Clemson. I mean, you could be looking at 4-8. Best case scenario, 5-7.
Yeah.
College basketball show is tonight, by the way. Tonight, 9:30.
It's going to be around 9 or 10. Turn on your notifications.
Yeah. Subscribe. Let me ask you something, Mac. The Citadel plays Ole Miss. No, I'm joking. I'm joking about
You're
that.
looking alive.
Yeah. After that, Florida comes in there, and the Florida I watched yesterday,
they could get him.
I think they could get him, and then that would set up an Egg Bowl with Mississippi State to make a bowl game. I want that so bad, where Mississippi State could ruin Ole Miss's season. The Egg Bowl would be the most watched game because that's the fucking greatest rivalry. I love the Egg Bowl. Please give us this. Come on, Lane. I kind of want to look. I wouldn't even be mad at Ole Miss in the playoffs, but I just love the it'd be like getting the brawl, but the brawl does not play the final week of the season anymore, right? Yeah. So this is better than having Ole Miss in the playoffs. Is having a setup where you have all the drama. Mississippi State to make a bowl in Starkville, Ole Miss to make the playoffs. Please give us this.
Hey, let me ask you this too. If they beat Florida, would it be a blessing in disguise if Ole Miss lost at Mississippi State? They would miss the SEC title. They would get rested, and they would host they would literally be Ohio State from last year. They would host the first round. Well, it actually might be a blessing.
No, I think you're right. It would be a blessing, but I don't want that. I want the drama of them losing to Florida.
Yeah.
Right? They lose to Florida 20-17. And then you're looking at a 9-3 team that still could get in, but you got to win at a 500. Or Mississippi State would have to win to become 500, 6-6, right? And then that's the dilemma: is like you lose an Egg Bowl, or you win an Egg Bowl. But I want that much drama and attention on the Egg Bowl. That's what I want, and I want Mississippi State to win too, because that just only is going to make the rivalry better. You know what I mean? Take one for the team, Lane. I would normally like to see Ole Miss in the playoffs, but I think I'd rather have this for the future of knowing like Pitt fans bringing up the Rich Rod game, back in 2004, whatever the fuck year it was, 2007, right? I just think it's better for the state of the rivalry is what I'm rooting for here over the 12-team playoff. Nice win though for Lane. They're not tripping. They're not tripping up on these teams they traditionally
They're
would.
good. They're good, man. It's funny. The year after the year. Last year was the hype year with all that money they spent, but this team's better than last year.
Yeah. Next up, we did triple lock Purdue. We also took them first half.
Phoenix lucky.
Phoenix texts us a bunch of shit. Let me just say something here, Phoenix. Shout out to Michigan.
Phoenix awake right now.
Michigan don't deserve to be even in the fucking playoffs, man. I watched this entire game. You can't convince me if they go 9-3. They might even go 10-2, Mac. Do you think this team is good?
No.
I watch this team and I go, I mean,
they're painful to watch.
They're not a bad football team, but I wouldn't describe them as really good either.
They're going to get in, though.
So if they beat Ohio State,
they're going to beat Ohio State somehow.
I think Northwestern could give them a game next week.
But isn't that game at Wrigley?
It is. Northwestern morons.
Idiots.
I mean, look at this schedule. Their best win is fucking New Mexico. Their best win is fucking New Mexico.
Northwestern is so.
Look at these wins. Look at these wins. New Mexico, who is currently 6-3. Central Michigan, they did destroy them. They are 5-4. Nebraska, who's 6-3, but a phony 6-3.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, 2-6. The Washington one's pretty good too. That's actually their best win. Washington. Then Michigan State 3-6. Purdue 2-7. I mean, this is a fucking great schedule.
Michigan gonna get in as like a 10 or 11 seed, and we're gonna fade the shit out of them. Go when they hit the road. Underwood hit the road in a playoff game.
I watch this team. They don't belong in the college football playoffs, dude.
I know.
You're gonna get in though. Tell me that this team there's breaks that I don't like how that. You know what they need to do? We need to push for this. They need to release the conference schedules 5 years in advance. And that can save the corruption. Because the corruption is these schedules are not equal. Like they give them the way they space out their tough games, the way there's hardly ever two tough games back to back. I just feel like we need to release schedules 5 years in advance just to, and I want to see, there's just, you saw it with Texas getting the bye week here. After that, there's certain things that I just believe the blue blood schools get the benefit of.
Get all the breaks.
Yeah. So, anyway, shout out to Michigan. They did make the plays down the stretch, but man, I don't know how good this fucking team is. To think that I just don't think I don't value Nebraska as a good football team. I know that Nebraska says 6-3. I think Nebraska in reality is like a 6-6 team.
Yeah, they suck.
I think Duke is. I would lay 10 with Duke against Nebraska.
Is Big Ten
7, 6.5?
Is the Big Ten even good?
Well, at the top, it's very good.
But after Ohio State,
Iowa. I think Iowa is actually good. You got Oregon, Ohio State. Oregon, I still don't even know. I feel like, but I think they're probably really good, right? But Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. I think Iowa is in that mix of I trust them to be good. I think they're a good football team. After that,
it's terrible. It's just boring ass.
There's
football.
So many shitty teams in the fucking conference. I did get into it with the SEC guys because the SEC guys were arguing our conference is so strong. This is why you're seeing Kentucky, push Texas to overtime and stuff. And I go, well, what about Purdue pushing Michigan? Or what about West Virginia beating Houston? Or what about NC State beating Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
Right. They only want to use it for your narrative. But at the same time, there is a lot of dead weight in the Big Ten. When you think about UCLA, Michigan State, Purdue, those are pretty shitty teams.
Yep.
But hey, Michigan, there's a path. Wyoming, first half money line play here did not hit. I thought it was potentially.
How good is defense?
Dude.
San Diego State's defense is unbelievable.
That's Jason XDC from Idaho too.
Yeah.
That they hired. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Shout out to the Aztecs. I mean, they are setting records, right?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, SEC remade the schedules. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need a 5 year in advance. Because I feel like you can't forecast on a year-to-year basis. You can forecast who your teams are shitty, right? We knew Vanderbilt. I thought Vanderbilt would be a bowl team this year. So you can forecast That's why if you gave it 5 years in advance, you can't. Teams can change in 5 years. You could have a gauntlet then, or you could have just because it's just too. I find it too ironic that where the bye weeks are, where teams play back-to-back hard games. I feel like it's very rarely
Fishy.
Yeah, very rarely the top schools. Yeah, shout out to San Diego State. They look great. This game, I lost money on this game. And I think Tennessee got eliminated on this game.
Yeah. Yeah, they're done.
Tennessee outgained them by over 100 yards and lost.
That's a gritty win by the Sooners, man.
Yeah, you threw a pick six where how did they not tackle that guy? That's a huge win by the Sooners. Now, that's going to save Venables' job no matter what, in my opinion, because there is still a shot that he loses out because he's at Bama, home to Mizzou, and home to LSU. I think they'll probably win one of those though. Maybe even go 2-1.
I think they'll go 2-1.
Yeah,
I think they'll win the home games, and so they'll be in that 9-3 group.
They could lose to LSU too. I'm not going to say that's an automatic win. I think the Mizzou game when their backup quarterback looks like an automatic win. But
we're going to have so many goddamn 9-3 teams potentially.
Yeah, wait until we get this 9. That's why we need this 9-game schedule from the SEC.
Yeah.
The Vols, they have no meat on the bone, dude. They've beaten nobody.
They suck.
Even if they go 9-3, I don't think they're going to win at Florida. Do you think
they
they're going to
don't
win at Florida?
No, they don't suck. They just they're okay. They're an 7-5, 8-4 team.
I mean, they have no good wins. 0.
Yeah, they've been underwhelming. It's been a little
and
bit.
They only have one. So look, they have New Mexico State and Florida on deck. Those teams aren't going to have winning records. So their only hope is to beat Vanderbilt, and then they would have one win over a team with a winning record. One.
Unbelievable.
That's incredible. That's why you got to go to a 9-game schedule. Bummer. I lost money here. Great crowd though. Great aesthetically was amazing. Nealon. This game I lost money on too. What the fuck was this? I did not think this was going to be a defensive struggle.
The Pac-12, man.
What the fuck was this?
We should have known that they were eventually going to fucking have an egg, but I didn't think it'd be this one.
I mean, they were up 7-3 the entire fucking game, Mac. I feel like Wazoo was up 7-3, like what, late first quarter, early second, and then that was the score all the way until like, I don't know, 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left.
Very end.
Shout out to the Beavs.
Let's go Beavs, man.
Interim coach 2-0.
Yeah.
You might not need a new coach. Rob Akey?
Yeah.
And then this one. What the hell was this?
Hey, I wore the short for him today. Saudi Arabia, baby.
Dude, it was 0-0 after 1, and then Florida State went crazy. 42-7. Okay. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. Florida State's at Clemson next week. Who wins?
Clemson. Florida State can't do it back to back. They're still 1-12 or 1-11 in their last, or 2-11 now in their last 13 ACC games. But I keep losing my ass with Dabo. I mean, he's lost me so much goddamn money this year.
Yeah.
Fucking Dabo. This game sucks. Like I can't watch any games on NBC of college football. It's horrible.
It is it's the worst format, dude. It's so corporate. It's so over the top.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It is by far the worst product to me as far as like you know who does a really good job is C-Dub. I think C-Dub actually does a great job with their presentation. Yeah.
You don't watch the NFL anymore. It feels like you're watching Sunday Night Football, and it's like, oh my god, like the music and the crew that they got. I'm like, stop trying to turn this into Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Troy, send me your address, brother. I'll send you that shirt, Saudi Arabia shirt. Send me your address and your shirt size. It is. It's like something they want it to be the NFL so much, dude, and it's horrible. It's horrible. USC, of course, I laid 4.5. They did not cover 4.5 because they won by 4.
Battle of the
I
Fronts.
actually thought I came away. I was pretty confident USC was going to win this game, but I think I lost respect for them in the winning. Like,
Yeah.
they hurt my like I just thought they'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
And watching this game, I was like, man, they aren't where I thought they were. They still might make the playoffs though.
They're going to be in that 9-3 clump.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's fucking crazy how many 9-3. In
I don't think they're
Nebraska,
any good. Yeah.
oh, but I mean, Nebraska is such a joke. They extended rule. Why?
That schedule is the biggest bullshit. So look, they got the win against Cincinnati in the neutral. That was really a home game, 20-17. I don't even know if they were better that game, right? I think you can make the argument because I think they were better, but it was just barely, right? I thought like they were the better team barely. Then they played Akron, Houston Baptist, and then Michigan, which they lost. Then they played Michigan State. They got dominated in that Michigan game. That score is misleading. Michigan State and Maryland. Then they get destroyed by a Minnesota team that is not very good. I mean, Cal beat Minnesota by a good amount. I felt like. I mean, Nebraska is going to go 9-3, or 9, maybe 8-4 because of the Iowa game. You're going to go with 8 wins against nobody.
8-4, and really are probably 6.
Cincinnati will be the only decent win on your whole damn resume.
Yep. Why did they extend rule again?
I disagree with that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb. I know. Yeah, I know that they're not good. Like I've watched them. Shit, I think every game minus the Houston Christian game I've watched Nebraska football. They're just not a good football team to me. Like they're average to me. They are an average team that will go 8-4 or 9-3. Next, Georgia Tech, NC State. Oh, it's not often I like to brag about taking the pussy pack, but this was easy. This was an easy fucking play, Mac.
Tell you what, man. You can
They
shit on
didn't
it.
have Hollywood Smothers or Justin Jolly.
How about that crowd?
They stormed the field like they should. I told you that place is a tough place to go into. Look, 2 of the better players on NC State's team didn't even play.
Yeah.
Look, I want Georgia Tech to win the national championship. All right. But at the same time, like, this was easy. This was a fucking easy play. Haynes King threw for over 400 yards, too, which is unbelievable. I didn't think he was capable of doing that. Even with all that, they get beat down. Pussy Pack are going to go to a bowl, buddy.
That's what they do under Dorn. 6-6.
Yep. I had this game handicapped, right?
And they beat UVA.
Yeah.
They beat UVA and they beat the Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because at home they have a legit. It's a hard place to win.
Yep.
So, TJ Bailey balled out. Yeah, I agree, Pat. Then we had.
See you, Hugh. Good fucking God. What a joke of that was.
Kentucky 10, Auburn 3.
He said Kentucky.
Auburn, let's be honest. Auburn deserves all this after the Harsin shit. They deserve all of this.
Yeah.
They deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a tough year on the calls. But they did deserve some of this with the way they did Harsin dirty.
Can Kentucky get to a bowl?
What's their remaining schedule?
Florida at home.
That I actually think they'll win that.
Tennessee Tech.
off of the
Yeah.
Tennessee Tech's actually really good, but
and then at Vandy and at Louisville.
They have to win out.
No, they just need 3 out of 4.
It's possible, certainly possible.
Yeah.
And then they extend Stoops for another 10 years. Let's go.
I
expect Auburn to be open today, by the way.
Yeah, you can't.
If it's not open today, I'd be very surprised. But maybe you want to wait until you get the 1 game bump.
Do it after Mercer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that. I love these athletic departments. All right, we need the 1 game bump. We're gonna fire you right before the big game.
I think I might do it. If I were them. Shout out to the Kentucky Wildcats. Then this was great for us. Great for us as Arkansas State goes into Troy, Alabama and gets the best of the Trojans. Arkansas State's actually they've kind of figured some stuff out here.
Yeah.
They've won like 4 or 5 in a row, I feel like, but big time win there as they go to 5-4. They host Southern Miss on Saturday. Huge game for us. Huge fucking game for us. We needed Troy to lose though. So it was great both ways here. Yeah. Sunbelt right now, Southern Miss JMU is right now it's Southern Miss JMU, but Arkansas State, Troy, Coastal knocking on the door. And then I cashed on this one finally.
Utah. Dudes.
I mean, just a bloodbath. 45-14. Dude, here's my point though: is if Utah played Michigan, I feel pretty fucking confident that Utah would win that game.
I think Utah's I'm with you. I think Utah's a top 10 team. They had that bad game against Tech where Dampier was injured and they just turned it over.
Like
and
if Utah played Nebraska, I would lay a good number.
Yeah. And dude, them in that building, good luck to anybody beating them at night there.
Yeah.
In prime time.
We cashed there and then we cashed this.
San Jose, baby.
Let's go. And let me paint you a picture of why we're not dead yet.
Ain't dead yet, baby.
Home to Air Force. Dangerous game, actually, the more I think about it. At Nevada. Dangerous game, the more I think about it. At San Diego State. Dangerous game, the more I think about it. And home to Fresno State. Rivalry game. We're still alive, though.
We are alive.
This is a huge win for that. So Danny Scudero, by the way, good Lord. I know Rob Donaldson was texting me. This motherfucker is who's got money in San Jose? Keep Danny Scudero in San Jose. I got a feeling he's USC's next slot receiver.
Yeah.
Dude, have you looked at this guy's stat line?
Oh, he fucking lit it up.
So, okay. Let me give you a stat line for the season so far. 9 for 189 and a touchdown in the opener. Then against Texas, he was knocked out of the game in the second quarter. 7 for 66 in the second quarter. Then against Idaho, 6 for 130. Then against Stanford, 11 for 132, 2 touchdowns. Then against New Mexico, 7 for 151 and a touchdown. Then against Wyoming, 10 for 180 and 4 touchdowns. Right? And then against Utah State, he actually struggled a little bit. 6 for 25. He was questionable that game. Maybe that had something to do with it. Then last week, or yesterday, 7 for 215, 2 touchdowns. The guy is fucking insane. I hate it. Please stay at San Jose State. Please stay at San Jose State. All right, game balls. Let's get the fuck out of here. The FCS one. We'll talk it on the FCS show, but it was bananas. Where are you going? First game ball.
Rich Rod. Go in there. Houston was coming in hot.
Set him up on a tee.
Oh yeah, Scotty Fox, baby.
Let's go.
You want a Scotty Fox tonight?
Scotty Fox.
Right off the tongue.
I'm going to Fresno State, man.
Yeah.
You go to the Smurf turf and you hold that. I don't give a shit. The quarterback got injured. Boys, when's the last time Boise State scored less than 10 on the Smurf turf? Someone show me that. It had to be 30 years. 28 years or something when they were like first coming up to the FBS. Where are you going game ball to?
NC State. Place was lit. They got it done. Georgia Tech finally goes down.
Yeah. I will go to the Oklahoma Sooners. I thought you guys were dead. Gutsy win. And now you're very much alive for the playoffs. I thought your season was done. You got a shot. Game ball to the Sooners. Where are you going next?
SMU, baby. Down goes EU. They waited a long time to play them at that field.
Oh yeah. Great call there with SMU getting that win. And the final one, I don't want to do it. I feel like my Pirates should, or Duke. But you know what? I'll give it to the Texas Longhorns. You dominated that football game. You dominated that football game. That score is deceiving. Although, if you had got that, if Vandy had got that onside kick, you might have either been playing in overtime or lost. But you still, that game, I could not believe that was the tone of the game. Like second play of the game, 80-yard touchdown. Then like with first minute of the game, I feel like it was 10-0. They got out. I did not think that was possible. I didn't think it was possible. So give me a game ball to the Longhorns for grabbing a top 10 win. I almost gave one to New Mexico there too. We probably should have given away a couple more, but anyway. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. 9:30 tonight. We are back talking college hoops, and tomorrow I will be live in Rock Hill, South Carolina, watching college hoops at 8 fucking a.m. Subscribe, folks, on iTunes, Spotify. Check out the College Basketball Experience as well, but you're on the right YouTube feed right now. Tonight, 9:30. See you there. This is the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.